Shalom, 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 everybody. I just wanted to pop in and when Yah deals with you, it's not about just a feeling, but you know that it's Yah because your natural self wants to deal in a natural way, right? But when he's leading and drawing you, your natural self got to take a back seat. And it's not always easy. Can I say it? It's not always easy. Let me pray. Man. Some of us may think that when we have a right to do something, and I'm speaking for how I'm convicted, right? I'm speaking for how he's already been working it in and through me. So I'm only sharing it out of love because he shared it with me out of love. He could have, Abba Father could have just left me how I was, where I was. He could have just left you where you was, how you was, you know? So I don't even come on here to promote me. But I know myself. I know my fleshy self. And I know how it was. So when I look and I see how he's dealing with me and having me to perceive people and situations in a way that's very different than what I ever used to, I have to tell. I have to speak because I realize when we are stuck in being who we are. What's up, V? I can't see if you right back. Facebook just suckerish like that. But what's up? When we just be how we are, how we was raised up to be, oh, I'm like this because of this, and I'm like this because of that. We justify how we are in the natural. We're really making gods out of ourselves. We're really exalting ourselves over the Most High. We really making ourselves idols, which is ultimately an enemy to Yah. So I'm speaking, when I come on, it's really out of a place. No matter if I'm speaking soft and sweet or I got a little rah-rah to me, I'm really still speaking out of a place that's humble before Yah because, man, that natural self be wanting to kick off. Man, like I'm trying to keep my emotions together. But that natural self, my bro Elijah, he be saying that to us in the Exodus family. Like, he say it to y'all in the lives, y'all just don't listen. But he say, your worst enemy is your enemy. Come on here. He say how your false prophet is your flesh, and it's true. When you really, for one, stop looking at the person and really hear the message of Yah, there's conviction, there's truth. There's no, not one single person come up there has even proved that any of it is a lie. Which we ain't even talking about that. But anywho, when you really start to realize the wickedness in you, right? And I'm speaking for myself. How I came up. And respecting my moms, man, because she only did what she knew how. You know what I'm saying? She did the best she could in training me up. And I ain't turned out so bad after all. Praise be to Yah. But there was and still a lot of things that I realized in her training me up to be so naturally dependent on my thinking, my emotions, my observations of things. it does lead a person astray because it makes you depend on you. You know what I'm saying? And now when Yah begins to deal with you through that word, through his spirit that lives inside of you, right? Man, you got to repent. You start to realize all that you knew or thought you knew was in error. You come to realize that the way you was trained up with certain mentalities, certain responses, reactions and such, right, was sin to Yah. Was sin to Yah. So I don't like crying on live or none of that kind of mess. But I don't mind saying how I have to, or I'm in a place where I'm trying to contain my emotions, because when you start to realize, wow, all this time I'm thinking I'm doing the right thing or living the right way, right? Because even when we was in sin, we still was thinking we doing right. Come on now. We still was going to work, taking care of your family, but you was fornicating. You was still going to church, but you was still getting high or drunk on the weekend or every day. You know what I'm saying? You sitting up here praising the Most High in the community or something like that, but behind closed doors you still cursing or something like that. So the point that I'm making, as the word says, in the man's own eyes, he's always right. You know what I'm saying? So we could definitely be thinking the way that we was trained up was right. The ways that we handle things is right. But when we start to submit our hearts and our minds, come on now, he said, acknowledge me in everything. Do not lean on your own understanding, but acknowledge me in all of your ways. Come on now. He said, the another scripture say, small foxes could ruin a vineyard. Meaning you could be doing right in these other areas, but there's one small fox over here in your attitude. There's one small fox over here in the way that you may do a thing can destroy you. You see? So we have to be humble enough to take ourselves to that word and let Yah cut on us. And I'm telling you, even when we think we right, some of this stuff, man, that I'm overcoming by the grace and the power of Yah, some of these people who have totally betrayed me, violated me, help me, Yah, gossiped about me, told lies. My God. You know how bad I wanted to take revenge? Judge me all you want to. Judge me all you want to. We all get into a place at some point, somebody doing wrong to us, or, you know what I'm saying, violating us in any kind of way that we want to return evil for evil when the word tells us not to, right? So now, being a person who used to do it, being a person who used to, like, oh, you did that to me, oh, now I'm gonna do this, right? You know, and the emotion that I have is not a sadness or a anger. It's the submission. It's the submission for me. It's the submission that, in spite of how I feel, in spite of what I would deem right. Oh, look at what they did to me. I got a right to do this to them. Come on here. But being submitted to Yah, and he say, do not return evil for evil. And now I got to pull that gun out the chamber. I got to pull that arrow back and drop it. When the force that I have in what was done to me, huh? What's said about me, I done drew back, right? In the flesh, I'm drawn back, and I want to let it go. But he say, thou shalt not murder. Man, I don't even understand the conviction of y'all. When he say, I chasten those that I love, that chastening don't always feel good. Because in my heart, in my mind, I'm like, oh no. I want to say this. I want to do that. Come on here now. Especially when the attack is unwarranted. Huh? This one? Especially when the attack is unwarranted. You know what I mean? When you really could sit back. Oh, you got it in here. When you could sit back and say, wow, this is a person I've helped. This is a person I fed. I ain't talking about no one time, two times. I'm talking about where you sacrifice yourself for people. And then they come and they violate you or they betray you. One of them Psalms David say, it's the people that I've loved. Huh? That's doing this to me. I ain't got no enemies coming around here slaying me. It's people that in their lowest points, all they had was me. Glory be to Yah. All they had was what Yah provided to me to share with them. You see that? And now here, to endure the slandering, to endure the betrayals, to endure the lies. Oh my goodness, y'all have no clue. And you know, this is why you got to be careful. This is how you begin to discern who's sent into your life. This is how you discern who's sent into your life by Yah. Because some of these people, right? And this was before I was in truth. This was just Yah working in me before I started working for him, right? Because he said no good thing dwell in the flesh. So I wasn't just helping these people or being kind to these people or sacrificing myself to these people because Erica's so good like that. No, Yah and his spirit was already at work in me before I knew it. You see? Always had this mind to give. Always had this mind to be sacrificial. Always had this mind to be loyal. Never understood it. Never understood it. But do you not know that just like, if y'all leave in comments, I can't see. I'm telling you, I don't know what I can do, but every time now when I'm on live, I can't see no comments, no matter what I do. I can't see no comments. Yeah, I can't see. I could just try to write a comment. I can't see y'all comments until after the live. I'm just gonna write it right there. I can't see y'all comments if y'all commenting. I can't even really see who's on. I see Kriya and B that came on. But anywho, the Bible say that no good thing dwells in the flesh. So I can't take credit for how I've helped people. You can't take credit for how or what, you've done for people. But the development, the chastising that comes through the persecution of these same people. When David said, these are people who I've been good to. My goodness. Don't y'all know that have a different kind of sting? That have a different kind of sting. Now, if it's an enemy, right? You expect your enemy to do what enemies do. You see this? But when it's somebody close to you, when it's somebody that you've helped, when it's somebody that you've been sacrificial for, you don't expect them to betray you or slander you or assassinate your character, try to destroy your life. You don't expect that from a person. But as I look back, I realize even from a child, never having a Bible, never praying as a kid, nothing. God, Yah, Elohim, Adonai, none of that was ever a factor throughout my whole entire childhood. Never. Until I was in my 30s. I'm 39. Until I was in my 30s, this started happening. Okay? Had one friend, she would talk to me about Jesus and all this kind of stuff, and that was like late 20s or something like that. And I really wasn't trying to hear her, you know what I'm saying? Because I went to a Baptist church one time and they was telling me all this foolishness. So I ain't come up with this word at all. Nothing about the Most High, none of that stuff was in my household. What my mother would tell me though is a brother or sister in need is a brother or sister indeed. What my mother would tell me is don't put your mouth on people. What my mother would tell me is don't leave nobody behind. You know what I'm saying? But do you know that just like the Messiah, just like the time of Moses, the enemy sends for you as a kid? So all through my life, I can trace back violations. Even from a child, I can trace back violations and insults and, you know what I'm saying, slander from within, not from people in the street. Not from people in the street. Sad to say, but people in the community, people in the street, people outside, the people that's familiar to you, be it friends or family, they actually will show you more respect and more honor than the very people you come up with, the very people that you've been connected to, the very people that, you know what I'm saying, you shared bond with. So when you talking about growing up in a time where, my mother used to always tell me this too, Erica, if they make you cry, you make them cry. My whole life. So what did that do? My mom, she was 16 when she had me. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in the Bronx, she was rough. She's still rough. And I don't despise the teaching. I don't despise that training because it helped me, you know what I'm saying, to survive. It helped me to not be, so taken advantage of, But now as an adult, as a mother now, realizing my identity to Hamashiach, realizing my kingdom identity, my kingdom responsibility, realizing kingdom integrity, man, that same rule of if they hurt you, you hurt them back, that don't fit with Yah. Yah says, do not return evil for evil. So I'm just being honest and transparent. Still being purged. Still being, help me, Yah. Still being broken. Out of that mentality. One thing that happened in that, being taught that psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually, because it still was a spirit. Though she wasn't teaching me according to the word, right? Oh, this sun is bad. Though she wasn't teaching me according to the word, it still was doing something to my spirit when I'm being trained. You do what they do to you. It still was a spiritual lesson. It wasn't the right spirit, but it still did something in my spirit. So now, still going through the process of that being broken, of that being chastised by Yah. When now, as I go through the scriptures and I'm reading, and I come across where he say, do not return evil for evil. And now in the season where I've been done dirty by the very people I've always helped. You know how that default nature kicking up? Do to them what they're doing to you? Huh? You talking about a force, just like they say, once that bullet is released from that chamber, you can't draw it back. You know how it feels to be caught in this space, and I pray I'm making sense, but I can only give it how I feel it. It almost feels as if the bullet is in the chamber and it's already being released, and now the restraint of Yah to pull it back. Man, that thing don't feel good. And this is still glory to Yah, because I know it's for my good. I know it's for my good that he's chastising me. I know it's for my good that he's correcting me, because he said I correct those that I love. Huh? He says a wise person loves correction. But to be in a mindset, watching the very same people that I've sacrificed myself for really do as much dirt unto me as they possibly can in every form. And to be squeezed. He just whispering, kind of like, that's why I gave you the name Press for Purpose. To be pressed like this and have to deny myself. To have to deny myself to please Yah. Man. To deny myself where I'm looking and I'm saying, this person is doing me wrong for no reason. This person is slandering me for no reason. This person is betraying me for no reason. You see what I'm saying? This person is doing this for no reason. And I have to suppress the wickedness that I have inside of me that wants to retaliate. Huh? But I have to sit in the righteousness of Yah. Come on through here now. Huh? First of all, relax, I'm on live. Okay, you see I'm talking though, and I just motioned for you to wait. Don't do that with me right now. Just take a break. I gotta go inside and print them out. Thank you. No, don't. Okay, I bet. Okay, thank you. Pump your brakes. You see how Satan interrupt? This nothing but the work of Satan. This nothing but the work of Satan. Woo! Listen here. The pressure to have to do the right thing when it's wicked happening to you, and you can be wicked back. You can be wicked back. This, woo! What y'all seeing and witnessing, I ain't stopping alive. Huh? He say, resist the enemy and he shall flee. Resist the enemy and he shall flee. But do you know in that resistance, you still got a responsibility to be right towards Yah? When you have the authority and the power to wreak havoc on someone, huh? And you're going to feel right? Because, they doing this to me. Ain't it fair for me to do it back to them? And Yah say no. When he humble you and remind you that you're supposed to be submitted to him, that he's the one who takes vengeance, that he's the one who deals with the wicked, that he's the one who will avenge you for you not to take it into your own authority, for you not to take it into your own hands, man, that thing squeeze. Man, y'all could fake if y'all sanctify like that if you want to. You could play like that thing don't get under your skin or won't raise up in your flesh if you want to. I ain't gonna play games like that. This real. This real. This is real. So, I just wanted to come on and encourage y'all, man. Do not take matters into your own hand. This is when he started speaking to me. Erica, I'm in control of your life. I can't see y'all comments. I'm sorry. I'm in control of your life. I'm your father. I'm your protection. I'm your provider. I'm your battle axe. Don't take matters into your own hand. Wait on me. Endure the suffering. Count it for righteousness. Suffer and keep your integrity with me. It's a hard place to be in, but let me tell you something. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it to be crucified and persecuted by people and know in your heart that while you maintain spiritual integrity, you're doing the right thing with the Most High. The one who don't sleep nor slumber. The one that these people could play around with you. These people could play around and fool you. These people come around and box it and do all sorts of wickedness towards you. But what can they do with y'all? You see this here? So this is a time not to raise up in the flesh. And as you look here, this joker see I'm doing live. He stood right here in front of my car, watching me do my live. And still gonna start shouting my name here. Trying to distract. You see what? So listen here. These people, and I'm gonna go after this. You'll have people sent into your life that will come, as the Bible say, wolf in sheep clothing, right? Do you know that their whole assignment, their whole agenda from Satan is to draw you away from purpose, to either drag you away from purpose through pleasure, right? This might be your party friend. This might be the person you turn up with. This might be the person that you having sex with. Come on here now. Right? Through the pleasures. Then you have the flip side of it. Right? You got the one sent by Satan that pull you out of purpose, pull you out of will of Yah. Bad company corrupts good character. They'll do this by helping you sin, helping you destroy yourself. Then you have the other ones who will bring affliction to your life. They'll bring struggle, confusion, hardship, jealousy, envy, strife to your life. And they'll even, both sides of these people that's sent by Satan can cause you to come out of the will of Yah by responding in your flesh. You see? So that's why he says stand firm. Stand firm. Don't count every loss or broken thing as a negative thing. He hears when you got to pray for certain people to be out your life. And he answers. Keep your spiritual integrity. With that, I'm gone. I'll probably be back on later because I got to finish Exodus 6. I pray that y'all blessed. Maintain yourself. Maintain yourself through the pressure. Maintain yourself through the affliction. Maintain yourself through assassination of your character. Father is watching how you deal with the evildoers, and he shall bring judgment upon them. Okay? So don't avenge yourself. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.